Pratima, lovely to meet you. Welcome to podcast. For those listeners that don't know who you are, please tell us who you are, where you've come from, what you do.
So I'm Pratima Gupta. I'm a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist, and I'm a hospital medical director for Solihull Hospital and Community Services.
Wonderful. And how long have you been here?
So I came to this trust in 2001 as a senior house officer, and most of this time I've been in this trust, except for a few years I had to go to different hospitals as part of the training which we have to do.
Mm.
But more or less I've been here for 25 years, and I can say probably I've been almost in every medical role you can think of until this position. So a long time. I started at Heartlands, but then I did a research job, which was mainly at Solihull Hospital, and then as part of the Heartlands, we always had sessions, clinical sessions, Solihull and Heartlands, and then we reorganized services in 2019. So some of clinical sessions moved to Good Hope.
Okay, so you've been here a very long time, 25 years. Tell us a bit about what inspired you to work in this medical field and do the work you're doing. Tell us a little bit about that.
I don't think I can tell you a great deal about that, except that ever since I was probably 4 years old, I started saying that I wanted to be a doctor.
Oh, wow.
And I never changed my mind about it. Oh, actually, thinking about it, we did have a doctor in the family.
Okay.
He was an ophthalmologist.
Yeah.
Actually, he was also the doctor of the President of India.
Oh, okay.
And
Wow,
he
that's
did,
interesting.
yeah. So he did inspire me always. When I was little, I used to see how people respected him, and he.
So is that did you come from India to UK?
Yes,
Yeah. So
absolutely.
when did you come here then?
So we came here in 1997.
Okay.
So I'm trained in Delhi. I qualified from University of Delhi, and I did my postgraduate degree in obstetrics and gynecology from University of Delhi.
Okay.
And then I moved here.
Oh wow, that's amazing. So for a lot of our listeners who are international, tell us a little about that journey then. So when you started to now, what change have you seen, and what challenges did you see at that time when you first started, and how did you overcome those?
So when I first time came here, I had a 4-month-old baby with me. So my husband was in the senior house officer job, so we were moving houses every 6 months. It was it was challenging. We had minimal stuff with us. The priority was to look after the baby, but also what I realized, actually, I'm from Delhi. My education was in English, but when I came here, the English was different. And it took me a little while, but I watched lots of TV, especially with my daughter, and I picked up the common, colloquial words and languages which people understand. For example, very simple word. I saw a child in the street, and I said, "Oh, are you in pain?" And he said, "No, I'm not hurt." And I realized, okay, that's what people say. The meaning of sick is different.
Absolutely. I mean, it's so interesting. I'm going to make my wife watch this episode because my wife's moved from India 2 years ago, and she always says to me, I just don't understand. Yeah, I'm very good at English, I think, but I just don't understand the accent. So a lot of people who move here internationally will have that problem, and it's important to understand that they're not alone. It's something that takes time to get used to. So thanks for actually highlighting that. That's really, really interesting. So 25 years, your career has been inspiring, and where you are now is credit. Tell us a little bit about that. Tell us how that worked.
So I think first of the initial problems we had is I came here, I have a baby, I have no child minding, I have no family here. And how do you start a career? How do you leave a baby here? I did not drive when I come here, so transport is a problem here. So it took me to a couple of years before I said, okay, finally now I can concentrate on my career, as baby was growing up a bit and my husband was settling a little bit. But then another problem comes, especially in my specialty. I was told that there will be no jobs. You cannot get an obs and gynae job here. So in my mind, even though I was a trained specialist from Delhi, I had to think of a plan B and plan C. This is always my motto. It's fine if it's not this, then something else. Surely I can do something else. But I also have to say that I think I was very lucky. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. To say that my journey hasn't been that easy, because we used to live in Banbury and my first job was in George Eliot Hospital in Nuneaton. Sometimes it used to take me 4 hours to reach hospital and then another 4 hours to reach home. And my daughter at times used to say to me, "Mommy, you can also live with us," because she never really saw me. So it was difficult, but for me it always been that that's a job, that's a work ethics. I have to be there on time, whatever I need to do. I used to get up 4 o'clock to take 5:30 train to reach Nuneaton, but it also perhaps showed people that how dedicated I was, and I was good at my job, and the opportunities came, and I just took them. There have been times in my career when I made the decision which others thought, well, that's awkward. What are you doing that for? And I thought, no, that's what it is. It's single-minded focus.
Yeah.
That's where I need to reach. How do I reach?
Yeah.
It's not, I was always going to reach there. It's just finding a way to there. And if it's difficult, it's difficult. You just take the difficult.
Yeah. What I'm hearing there is a lot of resilience, a lot of grit, determination. So you always had a goal that this is where I want to go, and I'm going to get there. And if it takes me plan A, B, or C, I'm still going to get there. So for any listener, I think that takeaway is that grit, that determination, that consistency that you've been showing. Tell us a little bit in terms of the cultural difference you've seen at Solihull. So how long have you been at Solihull?
So I think I came to Solihull first time in 2003 when I took the research job.
Yeah.
And I have to say I loved it. Also, it's a little bit closer to my home. I still live in Banbury. I travel every day here, so a little bit less time on the road and more time at work or with family. It always had a really, really great family spirit. Somehow we loved working at Solihull. It was a little bit of a shame when most of Ops and Gynae services moved to Heartland, so we had to move there. But I think we took the team with us, so it was still okay. So it was great when I had an opportunity to come back. So when I applied and wanted to be a hospital medical director, I was given the option and I chose Solihull because it just felt to be home. That was the time, and when I was doing my research job, I enjoyed it to the most. So it's a great honor to be able to give something back.
No, lovely. So what changes have you seen in Solihull? And tell us a little bit about that.
So in the right in the beginning when we were in Solihull, we had all range of acute services here. So the hospital was buzzing. And then during COVID periods, we saw that services slowly had to be moved for the right reasons, had to be moved to the other sites, and the site was not being used as much as it could have been. But also it gave some opportunity for us to do some, some core work here. So we were able to deliver something. And now we are back with a new operating model. I think this is what, not just my personal experience, this is what I hear from the teams here, that they are seeing that there is a team here who looks after the services here, and we are trying to make much better use of the site. We're expanding it, and so the hospital looks much more busy and lively. And I think you see people in the corridor. I mean, I generally try to come very early, so not that many people in hospital at that time, but whoever I see, it looks like I meet all these people. I just see people are finishing their shifts and going home.
People who actually want to be here,
and they want to be here, and everybody is smiling and recognize, okay, done a good shift, go home. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, that's really great. Just to wrap up then, anyone who is looking at that career progression path and thinking, yeah, I want to be there. I mean, if we look at our staff survey, trust-wide, about 40% of our global majority staff will say that they want to progress, or they have equal opportunity to progress, and about 51% of our white colleagues will say that they've got the equal opportunity to progress. Anyone who's looking to progress, what advice would you give those individuals?
So first of all, I would say that please don't lose hope. Don't think that just because of your race or your color, you will not get progression, because I think talent is recognized, and you have to just keep at it and just collect all the skills which you need to get where you want to get, and it will happen. And I was told at one point, you will never get there, you will never go there. And I said, well, I've got to try it. I've got to try it. And there are opportunities. Trust is very supportive. We are providing the training and the leadership. Just if one avenue closes, if it appears it's closes, just look for the second one. and there are plenty of opportunities in the trust.
Absolutely. No, thank you so much. So for anyone who's looking to progress, keep going. There are opportunities available, and keep asking the question as well.
Yes.
Keep asking the question. So thank you very much, Pratima. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, it's thank you for including me in this.
Thank you. Thank you for the interview. Thanks.